today I'll be reviewing this brand new documentary series just dropped on Netflix. It's called Who Killed Jill Dando, and this documentary series, it is based on BBC TV host Jill Dando, who got killed in 1999 April 26 by a single gunshot, and she got killed in front of her apartment, like where she was living. And after that, the whole media was shocked by her death. And and this documentary goes from that. So in episode 1, you see, like, this documentary series has 3 episodes, and I guess this documentary tried to tell us like who might have killed her, who was involved with her like her case, and all these people, they comes on this show and they talks about her. And overall, this documentary, people who don't know who Jill Dando was, I think for them, they can learn a lot about her, because this documentary actually go details into all these people knew her and who works with her. Many more details this documentary come up with. So watching this documentary, I would say the first act is quite good and very interesting, how it's set up for Jill Dando. And the second episode is also good because it gives us more about like who the suspect is for her murder, and what is going on in the media back then after she got killed. And the third episode is where this documentary, like end of it, it was totally fell apart for me. I was like, that was like, what? So any other documentary series on Netflix, if you have seen it or if you have not seen it, they're always like that. They will imply this. But end of it, you have to decide what do you think. So this documentary, it did imply, like, you spend a lot of your time with this guy who is obviously, he was convicted back then for murdering of Jill Dando. And then I guess another attorney, he came along and he got him I guess like off the hook from the case. So this documentary, like in the third episode, end of it, was like really like looks like after once that guy, what was his name, George, he got off the hook from that murdering case. I guess we have no new evidence like who actually killed her. So I guess this documentary is here to just tell us about like who was involved with her case and everything. And watching all this host, I guess, talking about her. First of all, Jill Dando, this person, TV host, I guess she looked really like full of life person. You know, she was just doing her job and everything. She kind of looked like Princess Diana, so that was like, like she had short hair and everything. She often did many news on her, so that was like interesting, I guess. Also, she was really beautiful, and I guess she also had a fiance and a brother. And so back then, TV host and TV personality, these people used to be big deal, because back then there was no YouTube, nothing was out there. These people, you know, they bought your news, you knew them, and I guess they were celebrity. And like right now, I don't know any TV host, I don't know anybody, because right now everything is everywhere, so nobody knows nobody in these days. But I bet it still is their host on BBC, so he's a huge deal, I guess. But over there, I don't know, but I've never seen actually BBC. I do see Morgan something, his name, often I see his clip here and there. But you know, like, I guess some of these TV hosts, they do become huge. And this TV host, Jill Dando, she was huge back then, and she got killed, and her murder was never solved. What I learned out of this documentary is this: this investigation people, like this detective, once they thought this guy, like they were convinced, like he is the murderer for her. Once he was like off the hook from the, like when he found not guilty, I guess they never went back and investigate, because they thought, oh, that's our guy. But when I was like listening to the documentary, it sounded like the only, I guess, that like the real evidence they had is that like the gun residue on his pocket. Other than that, I guess they didn't had any solid or anything. So I was like, why they didn't do investigation? That is why end of this documentary, you do feel a little frustrated and bad for her, I guess, because end of the day, they didn't found it. Because I kind of believe that guy, maybe he didn't kill her, or I don't know. Because that is what I got the implication from this documentary. And they're saying after 24 years, this case is still not solved. So that is very frustrating, I guess. overall, this documentary, I guess it done good job telling us who Jill Dando was after 24 years. But it never, I guess, that's how the case is. So that is what, I guess, this documentary is telling us truth, I guess, end of the day, because they didn't do investigation or nothing. But yeah, overall, I thought it was okay. But at end of it, you do feel a little frustrated for Jill Dando. Because the murderer still, they are not sure who it was. And that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this documentary series? If you enjoyed this documentary series review, don't share other documentary series review on other show. If you enjoy this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.